Question 1. Which of the following is a key distinction between the business auto coverage form BACF and the garage coverage form? The BACF includes coverage for bodily injury and property damage for garage operations, while the garage coverage form does not. B. The BACF provides coverage for auto liability arising from the use of the insured vehicle in a business, while the garage coverage form provides coverage for garage operations and related risks. C. The BACF excludes coverage for physical damage to vehicles, while the garage coverage form includes comprehensive and collision coverage. D. The BACF covers all forms of business liability, while the garage coverage form only applies to large truck operations. Answer: B. The BACF provides coverage for auto liability arising from the use of the insured vehicle in a business, while the garage coverage form provides coverage for garage operations and related risks. Explanation: the business auto coverage form BACF is designed for businesses that use vehicles in their operations, such as delivery trucks or business-owned cars. It provides auto liability coverage, including bodily injury and property damage caused by the business use of vehicles. In contrast, the garage coverage form applies to businesses like auto repair shops, dealerships, or service stations. It includes coverage for garage operations, such as liability arising from the ownership, maintenance, or use of garage premises and related operations, as well as physical damage to customer vehicles and the care of the business. Incorrect options: A. The BACF does not cover garage operations or their specific risks. That is the role of the garage coverage form. C. The BACF includes physical damage coverage for vehicles owned by the business, unlike the garage coverage form, which provides a different set of coverage types. D. Both coverage forms focus on business-related auto coverage, but the garage coverage form does not specifically cover all forms of business liability, just those relating to garage operations. Question 2. Mr. Clark, the owner of a construction company, purchased a builder's risk insurance policy for a new commercial building. A fire causes extensive damage during the construction phase. What is the likely outcome under a typical builder's risk policy? A. Mr. Clark would be reimbursed for the cost of repairs to the building's structure, but not for any materials used in the construction process. B. The builder's risk policy will cover both the physical structure of the building and any materials or equipment used in the construction. C. The builder's risk policy will not cover any damage if the project is delayed for more than 12 months. D. The policy would only cover damages caused by natural disasters such as earthquakes or floods. Answer: B. The builder's risk policy will cover both the physical structure of the building and any materials or equipment used in the construction. Explanation: a builder's risk insurance policy provides coverage for buildings under construction and includes coverage for both the structure itself and any materials, machinery, or equipment used in the construction process. This includes protection from risks like fire, vandalism, or theft that can damage the property during construction. Option B is correct because it reflects the typical coverage of a builder's risk policy, which covers both the structure and materials used in the building project. Incorrect options: A. The policy covers the structure and materials used in construction, not just the structure. C. Builder's risk policies generally have a construction period, but this would not automatically void coverage after 12 months, so the policy can be extended if necessary. D. Builders' risk policies provide broader coverage than just natural disasters such as theft, fire, and vandalism unless explicitly excluded in the policy. Question 3. Sarah owns a small retail business and wants to purchase a business owner's policy BOP. Her business operates in an area with a high crime rate and she is concerned about theft and damage. Which of the following additional coverages should Sarah consider adding to her BOP to address her concerns? A. Flood insurance, as flooding is a common risk in her area. B. Equipment breakdown coverage, which protects against mechanical breakdown of her store's machinery. C. Cyber liability insurance, to cover data breaches and cyber attacks. D. Crime insurance, which covers theft, burglary, and other criminal acts. Answer: D. Crime insurance, which covers theft, burglary, and other criminal acts. Explanation: a business owner's policy BOP typically includes property and liability coverage, but additional coverages may be required based on the unique risks faced by the business. Since Sarah operates in an area with a high crime rate, crime insurance is the most appropriate endorsement. This coverage protects against losses caused by criminal acts such as theft, burglary, and employee dishonesty, which would directly address Sarah's concern about theft and damage. Incorrect options: A. Flood insurance would be relevant if Sarah's business is located in a flood-prone area, but it is not directly related to theft or crime. Flood insurance is typically a separate policy. B. Equipment breakdown coverage is designed for coverage of mechanical breakdowns or damage to machinery, not theft or criminal acts. C. Cyber liability insurance would be relevant if Sarah's business stores sensitive customer data or relies heavily on technology but does not address theft or physical damage to the business. Question 4. Which of the following is true about the difference between an occurrence form and a claims-made form in commercial general liability (CGL) insurance? A. An occurrence form provides coverage for incidents that occur during the policy period, regardless of when the claim is made. B. A claims-made form provides coverage for incidents that occur during the policy period, regardless of when the claim is made. C. An occurrence form requires that claims be made during the policy period for coverage to apply. D. A claims-made form requires that incidents occur during the policy period for coverage to apply, but the claim can be made after the policy expires. Answer A. An occurrence form provides coverage for incidents that occur during the policy period, regardless of when the claim is made. Explanation: the occurrence form provides coverage for events that occur during the policy period, even if the claim is made after the policy period ends. The key point is that the event must occur within the policy period. The claims-made form, on the other hand, only provides coverage if the claim is made during the policy period or extended reporting period, regardless of when the incident occurred. Incorrect options. B. This is incorrect because the claims-made form requires that the claim be made during the policy period, not when the event occurs. C. This is incorrect because the occurrence form covers incidents that occur during the policy period, even if the claim is filed after the policy expires. D. This is partially correct in that the claims-made form provides coverage for incidents occurring during the policy period, but the claim must be made during the policy period as well, which the answer does not fully clarify. Question 5. An auto dealership purchases a garage coverage form for its operations. The dealership is worried about damage to customer vehicles in its care while vehicles are parked in the garage. Which of the following coverage options should the dealership select to ensure these vehicles are covered? A. Comprehensive coverage to protect against any damage, including theft and vandalism, while the vehicles are in the garage. B. Garage keepers coverage to cover damage to customer vehicles while in the dealership's care, custody, or control. C. Business auto coverage form, which will cover damage to customer vehicles under all circumstances. D. Property coverage form, which will cover all property inside the garage, including customer vehicles. Answer: B. Garage keepers coverage to cover damage to customer vehicles while in the dealership's care, custody, or control. Explanation: garage keepers coverage is a specific coverage under the garage coverage form that protects against damage to customer vehicles while the dealership has them in its care, custody, or control, such as while the vehicles are being stored or worked on. This is the most appropriate choice for a dealership concerned about customer vehicle damage. Incorrect options: A. While comprehensive coverage may cover damage to vehicles for certain causes, it does not specifically cover vehicles in the dealership's care, custody, or control. C. The business auto coverage form back is for business-owned vehicles and will not cover damage to customer vehicles in a garage. D. The property coverage form generally covers business property but does not specifically address vehicles in the care of the dealership. Question 6. Mr. Thomas runs a restaurant and recently purchased a business owner's policy BOP. He is concerned about potential legal issues from customer accidents in his restaurant. Which section of his BOP would provide coverage for legal costs and any potential settlement if a customer sues for bodily injury? A. Property coverage section of the BOP. B. Commercial general liability (CGL) section of the BOP. C. Workers' compensation coverage section of the BOP. D. Business income coverage section of the BOP. Answer: B. Commercial General Liability (CGL) section of the BOP. Explanation: the Commercial General Liability (CGL) section of the BOP covers bodily injury, property damage, and personal injury that occurs on the business premises. If a customer is injured in Mr. Thomas's restaurant and sues for damages, the CGL section would cover the legal defense costs and any potential settlement up to the policy limits. Incorrect options: A. Property coverage covers physical damage to the property, not liability for accidents or lawsuits. C. Workers' compensation coverage covers employee injuries, not customer-related liability. D. Business income coverage covers loss of income due to business interruption, not liability for injuries or lawsuits. Question 7. A business owner is considering purchasing a commercial umbrella policy. Which of the following best describes the role of the umbrella policy in a business insurance program? A. It provides coverage for losses that exceed the limits of underlying policies, such as commercial general liability (CGL), but only for specific types of claims. B. It covers all claims that are excluded by underlying policies, such as flood or earthquake claims. C. It acts as a primary policy for certain claims like auto liability and provides broader coverage than the underlying policy. D. It provides coverage for environmental or pollution liabilities that are excluded from all other policies. Answer A. It provides coverage for losses that exceed the limits of underlying policies, such as commercial general liability (CGL), but only for specific types of claims. Explanation: a commercial umbrella policy provides additional coverage above the limits of other primary commercial insurance policies, such as commercial general liability (CGL) or commercial auto insurance. It is meant to increase the coverage available when the limits of the underlying policies are exhausted. Umbrella policies are not intended to cover new risks or perils, but extend coverage when a claim exceeds the primary policy's limit. Incorrect options. B. While umbrella policies extend coverage limits, they do not typically cover exclusions like flood or earthquake, which would need separate coverage. C. An umbrella policy is excess coverage, not primary coverage, and it does not change the nature of underlying policies. D. Environmental and pollution liabilities generally require a separate pollution liability insurance policy and are not covered by a commercial umbrella policy. Question 8. A contractor purchases contractor's pollution liability (CPL) coverage. Which of the following best describes the type of claims this policy is designed to cover? A. Pollution-related claims arising from the contractor's negligence or failure to meet environmental regulations. B. Claims from customers for bodily injury or property damage caused by construction accidents. C. Claims for damage to third-party property due to mechanical equipment failures. D. Claims arising from the contractor's failure to secure required building permits. Answer A. Pollution-related claims arising from the contractor's negligence or failure to meet environmental regulations. Explanation: contractor's pollution liability (CPL) insurance is specifically designed to cover pollution-related claims that arise due to the contractor's work. This includes claims related to contamination caused by the contractor's operations, such as improper disposal of waste, accidental spills, or pollution from construction sites that violate environmental regulations. Incorrect options. B. CGL coverage would cover bodily injury or property damage due to construction accidents, not pollution-related incidents. C. Mechanical equipment failures are generally covered under different policies such as equipment breakdown insurance, not CPL. D. Claims arising from failure to secure permits would not be covered under CPL but would fall under professional liability or general liability policies. Question 9. Which of the following statements about workers' compensation insurance in Connecticut is correct? A. Workers' compensation insurance provides coverage only for medical costs and not for lost wages or disability benefits. B. In Connecticut, businesses with fewer than 5 employees are exempt from the requirement to carry workers' compensation insurance. C. Workers' compensation insurance provides coverage for both work-related injuries and occupational diseases. D. Workers' compensation insurance is optional for all businesses, regardless of the number of employees. Answer: C. Workers' compensation insurance provides coverage for both work-related injuries and occupational diseases. Explanation: workers' compensation insurance in Connecticut covers both injuries that occur in the workplace and illnesses or diseases that arise due to the work environment or job duties. This includes both immediate physical injuries and long-term occupational diseases, e.g., respiratory illnesses from working in certain environments. Incorrect options. The workers' compensation also provides lost wages and disability benefits in addition to medical coverage. B. In Connecticut, most businesses are required to carry workers' compensation insurance, regardless of the number of employees, with few exceptions, such as certain types of small businesses. D. Workers' compensation insurance is mandatory in Connecticut for most businesses, with employees not optional. Question 10. Which of the following is not typically covered by a commercial property insurance policy? A. Damage to the business building caused by a fire. B. Theft of inventory from a warehouse. C. Damage to company-owned vehicles during an accident. D. Loss of business income due to property damage. Answer: C. Damage to company-owned vehicles during an accident. Explanation: commercial property insurance covers damage to buildings, equipment, inventory, and other business property caused by covered events such as fire or theft, but it does not cover company-owned vehicles. Damage to vehicles is typically covered under a commercial auto insurance policy. Incorrect options. The fire damage is covered under commercial property insurance. B. Theft of inventory is covered by commercial property insurance. D. Loss of business income due to property damage is covered under the business income coverage in a commercial property insurance policy. Question 11. Which of the following would be covered under a professional liability insurance policy for a consulting business? A. Property damage caused by the consultant's vehicle during a business meeting. B. Personal injury to a client resulting from faulty advice provided by the consultant. C. Damage to the consultant's office building due to a fire. D. The cost of replacing stolen computers from the consultant's office. Answer: B. Personal injury to a client resulting from faulty advice provided by the consultant. Explanation: professional liability insurance, also known as errors and omissions insurance, covers claims resulting from mistakes, negligence, or omissions made by the consultant in their professional services. If the consultant provides faulty advice that causes harm to a client, the professional liability policy would cover the costs of legal defense and any settlement. Incorrect options: A. Commercial auto insurance would cover property damage caused by the vehicle. C. Commercial property insurance would cover damage to the office building. D. Commercial property insurance would cover the cost of replacing stolen computers, not professional liability insurance. Question 12. Which type of insurance is typically required by law for employers to carry to cover work-related injuries to employees? A. Commercial general liability (CGL) insurance. B. Workers' compensation insurance. C. Business income insurance. D. Employers' liability insurance. Answer: B. Workers' compensation insurance. Explanation: workers' compensation insurance is required by law in most states to cover work-related injuries and illnesses for employees. It provides medical care, wage replacement, and rehabilitation benefits for workers injured while on the job. Incorrect options: A. Commercial general liability (CGL) insurance covers third-party liability but does not cover work-related injuries to employees. C. Business income insurance covers loss of income due to business interruptions, not employee injuries. D. Employers' liability insurance is an optional coverage that can be added to workers' compensation insurance to cover claims for negligence. Question 13. A small retail store owner is concerned about loss of inventory due to fire damage. Which policy would provide coverage for this type of loss? A. General liability insurance. B. Workers' compensation insurance. C. Commercial property insurance. D. Business interruption insurance. Answer: C. Commercial property insurance. Explanation: commercial property insurance covers physical damage to a business's property, including buildings, inventory, and equipment, caused by covered risks such as fire, theft, or vandalism. In this case, the loss of inventory due to fire would be covered under commercial property insurance. Incorrect options: A. General liability insurance covers third-party injuries and property damage, not damage to the business's own property. B. Workers' compensation insurance covers employee injuries, not inventory loss. D. Business interruption insurance covers loss of income due to a covered event, such as fire, but it does not cover the loss of inventory itself. Question 14. Which of the following is a typical exclusion under most commercial general liability (CGL) policies? A. Bodily injury caused by the insured's business operations. B. Damage to the insured's own property. C. Damage caused by an employee's actions while working. D. Personal injury claims arising from the use of the business premises. Answer: B. Damage to the insured's own property. Explanation: commercial general liability (CGL) policies typically exclude coverage for damage to the insured's own property. The CGL is meant to cover third-party bodily injury, property damage, and personal injury claims, not property damage to the insured's own assets. Incorrect options: A. Bodily injury caused by business operations is covered under a CGL policy. C. Damage caused by an employee's actions may be covered depending on the circumstances, particularly under the CGL policy. D. Personal injury claims related to the business premises, such as slander or wrongful eviction, are typically covered under a CGL policy. Question 15. An insured business suffers significant damage after a storm destroys their building and inventory. Which type of coverage would be appropriate for restoring lost income due to the inability to operate the business? A. Business interruption insurance. B. Commercial auto insurance. C. Equipment breakdown insurance. D. Workers' compensation insurance. Answer: A. Business interruption insurance. Explanation: business interruption insurance provides coverage for lost income when a business is unable to operate due to a covered event, such as a fire or storm. It helps businesses maintain financial stability while they repair or replace damaged property and resume operations. Incorrect options: B. Commercial auto insurance covers business vehicles, not income loss. C. Equipment breakdown insurance covers repair or replacement of equipment, not lost income due to business interruption. D. Workers' compensation insurance covers employee injuries, not business income loss. Question 16. Which of the following best describes cyber liability insurance? A. It provides coverage for damage to physical property caused by cyber attacks. B. It covers the cost of data recovery after a cyber attack or breach. C. It covers liability for employee injuries caused by cyber attacks. D. It provides insurance for property loss from natural disasters like earthquakes and floods. Answer: B. It covers the cost of data recovery after cyber attack or breach. Explanation: cyber liability insurance covers costs related to data breaches, including recovery expenses, legal fees, and customer notification costs. It helps businesses mitigate the financial impact of cyber attacks, such as ransomware or data breaches that involve personal or confidential data. Incorrect options. Cyber liability insurance does not cover physical property damage. It focuses on cyber incidents. C. Cyber liability insurance does not cover employee injuries. It is not related to workers' compensation. D. Cyber liability insurance does not cover property damage from natural disasters. It is intended to cover cyber-related risks. Question 17. Which of the following is an example of excess insurance? A. The policy that covers losses above the limit of an underlying insurance policy. B. A policy that provides coverage for a specific type of loss, such as fire or flood. C. A policy that covers business vehicles and their drivers. D. A policy that covers property damage to the insured's own assets. Answer A. A policy that covers losses above the limit of an underlying insurance policy. Explanation: excess insurance provides additional coverage limits beyond those provided by an underlying policy, such as commercial general liability or commercial auto. It kicks in once the limit of the underlying policy is exhausted. Incorrect options. B. This refers to a specific coverage policy, not excess insurance. C. This is an example of commercial auto insurance, not excess insurance. D. Commercial property insurance covers property damage to the insured's own assets, not excess insurance. Question 18. Which of the following is typically covered by business auto insurance? A. Damage to company property inside the business premises. B. Medical expenses for injuries to employees during a work accident. C. Physical damage to vehicles used for business operations. D. Liability for damage caused by a cyber attack. Answer: C. Physical damage to vehicles used for business operations. Explanation: business auto insurance provides coverage for vehicles used for business purposes. This includes physical damage to the vehicles, such as from accidents, as well as liability for damage to third-party property or injury. Incorrect options. A. Commercial property insurance covers damage to company property inside business premises, not business auto insurance. B. Workers' compensation insurance covers medical expenses for employee injuries, not business auto insurance. D. Cyber liability insurance covers damage from cyber attacks, not business auto insurance. Question 19. Which of the following is a key feature of umbrella insurance? A. It provides coverage only for medical expenses. B. It covers losses not included in other insurance policies. C. It replaces the need for a standard liability policy. D. It provides basic coverage for small businesses with minimal risks. Answer: B. It covers losses not included in other insurance policies. Explanation: umbrella insurance provides additional liability coverage above and beyond the limits of other policies, such as CGL or auto insurance. It can cover losses not included in the underlying policies, like large-scale personal injury or property damage claims. Incorrect options. A. Umbrella insurance covers liability, not just medical expenses. C. It does not replace standard liability policies, but extends their coverage limits. D. Umbrella insurance is not typically designed for small businesses. It is meant to extend coverage for larger businesses with greater risks. Question 20. Which of the following statements best describes the principle of indemnity in insurance? A. The policyholder will receive a payout that exceeds their financial loss to encourage them to prevent future losses. B. The policyholder's insurance payout will restore them to the same financial position they were in before the loss. C. The policyholder's insurance payout is based on the current market value of the asset at the time of the loss. D. The policyholder's payout will cover all the legal costs associated with their claim, regardless of the loss amount. Answer: B. The policyholder's insurance payout will restore them to the same financial position they were in before the loss. Explanation: the principle of indemnity ensures that an insurance payout compensates the insured for the actual loss incurred, restoring them to their pre-loss financial position without providing a profit. It prevents overcompensation. Incorrect options: This is contrary to the principle of indemnity. C. The payout is typically based on replacement cost or actual cash value, not the market value at the time of loss. D. Legal costs are usually covered by specialized liability or legal expense insurance, not the indemnity principle. Question 21. Which type of insurance would provide coverage for damage to a third party's property caused by a company's employee while using a company vehicle? A. General liability insurance. B. Commercial auto insurance. C. Workers' compensation insurance. D. Product liability insurance. Answer: B. Commercial auto insurance. Explanation: commercial auto insurance covers accidents involving company vehicles, including damage to third-party property caused by employees driving the vehicle for business purposes. Incorrect options: A. General liability insurance typically covers non-auto-related third-party property damage. C. Workers' compensation covers employee injuries, not third-party property damage. D. Product liability insurance covers defects or damage caused by a product, not vehicle-related incidents. Question 22. Which of the following is not typically a feature of a business owner's policy? BOP. A. General liability insurance. B. Commercial property insurance. C. Business interruption insurance. D. Employee benefits insurance. Answer: D. Employee benefits insurance. Explanation: a business owner's policy (BOP) bundles essential coverages like general liability insurance, commercial property insurance, and business interruption insurance. It does not typically cover employee benefits like health or retirement plans, which are usually addressed through group health insurance or similar policies. Incorrect options: A. General liability insurance is a key feature of a BOP. B. Commercial property insurance is also included in a BOP. C. Business interruption insurance is often included in a BOP. Question 23. Which of the following best describes umbrella liability insurance? A. It provides coverage only for damage to property caused by a business vehicle. B. It extends the coverage limits of an underlying policy and covers certain gaps. C. It replaces the need for standard general liability insurance. D. It provides coverage for lost business income after a catastrophic event. Answer: B. It extends the coverage limits of an underlying policy and covers certain gaps. Explanation: umbrella liability insurance provides additional coverage limits beyond those offered by other liability policies, such as general liability insurance and commercial auto insurance. It also covers gaps in coverage that the underlying policies may not address. Incorrect options: A. Umbrella liability insurance does not cover only damage caused by business vehicles. C. It does not replace other policies. It supplements them. D. Umbrella insurance does not provide income loss coverage. It focuses on liability risks. Question 24. Which of the following is an example of insurance fraud? A. A policyholder intentionally misrepresents their claim to obtain a larger payout. B. A policyholder files a claim for a covered loss in good faith. C. A business purchases additional coverage after an incident occurs. D. A claimant hires an attorney to contest the denial of their claim. Answer: A. A policyholder intentionally misrepresents their claim to obtain a larger payout. Explanation: insurance fraud involves the deliberate misrepresentation or omission of facts to obtain benefits or payouts to which the claimant is not entitled. This can include inflating claims or fabricating losses. Incorrect options: B. Filing a claim in good faith is not fraud, it is a legitimate action. C. Purchasing additional coverage after an incident occurs is not fraud but may be a form of improper timing. D. Hiring an attorney to contest a denied claim is a legal action, not fraud. Question 25. Which of the following would be covered under professional liability insurance errors and omissions insurance policy? A. Injuries to employees due to unsafe working conditions. B. Loss of business income due to property damage. C. Legal costs related to defending a client against allegations of professional negligence. D. Property damage caused by business operations. Answer: C. Legal costs related to defending a client against allegations of professional negligence. Explanation: professional liability insurance errors and omissions insurance covers businesses and professionals against claims of negligence, errors, or omissions in their professional services. It typically covers defense costs and settlements related to professional mistakes or failure to perform services as agreed. Incorrect options: A. Workers' compensation insurance would cover employee injuries. B. Business interruption insurance covers lost income due to property damage. D. Commercial property insurance or general liability insurance would cover property damage, not professional liability insurance. Question 26. Which of the following best describes named peril insurance? A. It covers any event not specifically excluded in the policy. B. It covers only the risks specifically listed in the policy. C. It covers only those risks that are related to natural disasters. D. It offers a comprehensive policy that includes all forms of damage. Answer: B. It covers only the risks specifically listed in the policy. Explanation: named peril insurance only covers the specific types of loss or damage that are explicitly listed in the policy. If the loss is not specifically named, it is not covered under this type of policy. Incorrect options: A. This describes all risks insurance, not named peril insurance. C. Natural disasters are often included in named peril insurance, but it is not limited to them. D. This describes all risks insurance, not named peril insurance. Question 27. Which of the following is typically excluded from coverage under most homeowners insurance policies? A. Damage to the homeowner's property due to a fire. B. Injuries to visitors on the homeowner's property. C. Theft of personal property from the home. D. Damage caused by floods. Answer: D. Damage caused by floods. Explanation: homeowners insurance generally does not cover damage caused by floods. Separate flood insurance policies are required to cover flood-related damage as it is a high-risk peril excluded from standard homeowners policies. Incorrect options: A. Fire damage is typically covered under a homeowners policy. B. Injuries to visitors are covered by the personal liability section of a homeowners policy. C. Theft of personal property is covered by most homeowners policies. Question 28. Which of the following is typically covered under a cyber liability insurance policy? A. Damages caused by a vehicle accident involving company vehicles. B. Financial losses caused by a data breach involving customer information. C. Injury claims from employees working under hazardous conditions. D. Fire damage to the company's physical building and assets. Answer: B. Financial losses caused by a data breach involving customer information. Explanation: cyber liability insurance provides coverage for losses related to data breaches, cyber attacks, and other online threats, including financial losses, legal expenses, and notification costs associated with data breaches that compromise personal or sensitive customer information. Incorrect options: A. This would be covered by commercial auto insurance, not cyber liability. C. This would be covered under workers' compensation insurance, not cyber liability. D. Commercial property insurance would cover fire damage to the business building, not cyber liability insurance. Question 29. In which of the following scenarios would a breach of warranty claim most likely arise? A. A product does not meet the safety standards specified in a contract. B. A product is defective and causes injury to a customer. C. A customer is dissatisfied with a service but does not file a lawsuit. D. A business does not purchase enough insurance coverage to cover its assets. Answer: A. A product does not meet the safety standards specified in a contract. Explanation: a breach of warranty claim arises when a product or service fails to meet the standards or conditions specified in a contract, including any express or implied warranties. It typically involves a situation where the product does not perform as promised or agreed upon. Incorrect options: B. A defective product causing injury typically leads to a product liability claim, not a breach of warranty claim. C. Customer dissatisfaction without a lawsuit does not constitute a legal claim. D. Insurance coverage issues would not fall under breach of warranty claims. Question 30. Which of the following is typically covered under directors and officers' liability insurance policy? A. Property damage caused by a business's operations. B. Legal costs associated with defending a business against a breach of contract claim. C. Financial losses arising from wrongful acts such as mismanagement or failure to comply with regulations committed by directors or officers. D. Injuries to employees resulting from unsafe working conditions. Answer: C. Financial losses arising from wrongful acts such as mismanagement or failure to comply with regulations committed by directors or officers. Explanation: directors and officers' DO liability insurance covers the legal costs and financial losses arising from claims made against directors and officers for alleged wrongful acts, including mismanagement, failure to comply with laws, and breaches of fiduciary duty while performing their roles. Incorrect options: A. Property damage is typically covered under general liability insurance or property insurance, not DO insurance. B. A breach of contract claim would be covered by professional liability insurance, not DO insurance. D. Workers' compensation insurance would cover injuries to employees, not DO insurance.